Son, why is my grandchildren coming to me and say you giving them a smack?
Did he?
Nah, I just gave him a little smack on the bum because he was answering back to his mum.
Oh.
My smacks don't come near to what you gave me when I was a kid. Yeah, because I loved you. Love. You know, back then, that's how we show our love. You know, we do it out of love. The new generation, son, now, you just talk to them. You don't have to put your hands, you just talk, and everything's done. Oh, why didn't you talk to me then? Huh? No, nothing. Yeah, watch your mouth.
Me no te amo.
Know my heart and my welcome into the dish. I am Adam Blair.
And I'm Madison Bartlett. Here's what's coming up on this week's episode. The secret to the Broncos' legacy is their ability to find future superstars. Find out why South Aucklander Dean Mariner has the club excited.
From representing Aussie at Rugby Sevens and League at the highest level, we chat with inspirational Chantel Stowers about how she battles her well-being challenges.
Is that all right, or am I like just talking absolute gibberish?
And all the way from the mainland, proud Canterburyan Fa'amanu Brown opens up about his current journey from being told he would never play again to fighting his way back to the NRL.
Oh, sad, bro. I hope he doesn't watch the scene.
I seen that, whānau. Hope you're excited for this new episode.
Oh my god, your jokes are so dry. Let's check out these new highlights.
Sorry about it.
We kickstart this week's Sorry About It with the future Tongan soccer international Talakai doing a Cristiano Ronaldo to assist the Samoan Ronaldo.
Mulitalo, movement offside!
Go! Sorry about it.
The rain came pouring down at Go Media Stadium like my tears as the Bunnies put on a clinic against the Warriors.
Walker gets around his player again. Beautiful kick!
That stupid rain up the waz.
Big Nelson nails Yo, then Tango, sad guy.
Tango! Go straight through! Oh, Isaac Tango! And now some concern here for Will Warbrick.
Seriously, we should just change this segment to sad guy. All of this before Toa runs the perfect line through the eye of the storm.
It's so good. It's so clinical.
That's a good one, Matty, but not as good as a cricket game between the Cowboys and the Tigers.
Hang on, this could be anything. The Cowboys are in the mood.
How's that?
The Cowboys have 70.
Sorry about it.
After Benji's Tigers got bowled out, it was great to see his younger bro Jeremy power over against the Bronx. Plus, you guessed it,
Big Valence Tefare!
the Otara Express Valence Tefare powers over for the second time in 2 weeks. Sorry about it.
Knights winger and friend of our show, Greg Maju, plays hard to get with the ball as his team becomes the second club this round to qualify for next year's T20 Cricket World Cup.
Now they've got try number 11.
Sorry about it.
And finally, Roosters debutant Siwa Wong won't ever forget this hit up.
Oh, welcome to first grade.
Talk about a merciless intro into first grade footy. Hamole'u's sad guy.
It's almost taken to Disneyland. Oh, yeah. Whooshka.
Sorry about it. Up next, we caught up with rising superstar from the Bronx, Dean Mariner.
Oh, sorry, I should have done that. I was like trying to ride a horse. Yeehaw, Broncos!
I was gonna make, you're lucky you said that you didn't have any vocal cords.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
He was going to make me sing it. I knew he was going to do that.
Walters. That's a lovely kick. And it's Mariner who scores.
I grew up in New Zealand, South Auckland, and I pretty much just played footy all my life. Got to about the age of like 14 and I got invited to a camp over in Brisbane for Broncos. Made that trip, and then ever since then I was getting invited to more camps, and it wasn't until I was about just turning 16 I got my first contract. I felt pretty privileged to get that opportunity, and then just before I turned 17, me and my dad and my mum and we all moved over here and started my last 2 years of high school down in the Goldie. It was crazy because I was going to an all-boys Catholic school, majority were all Polynesians, and then when I came here I was going to a co-ed, you know, and we had different sports I'd never seen, like surfing and stuff, so it was a whole different vibe down here, but yeah.
Mariner in his first game in the NRL.
Do you feel like your career is progressing really fast, and how is that for you?
Especially coming out of high school, you know, I was going into the NRL system, but I had different goals, like especially with Q Cup. Those were my goals at first, and then I was just ticking them off, and obviously that NRL debut was right there, and I was hoping to really get it last year. And when I did, it was just it felt like I worked hard enough for it, and I just wanted to go out there and just have fun, and like just enjoy that debut that you never get back.
Everyone knows that your family are singers. Did they ever play sport?
My dad said he's played sports, but no one really witnessed that, so he kind of says he used to be a real good rugby player, but I'm not too sure. I know Mum played a bit of netball, but Dad really just was obviously a singer, and that was his passion, and yeah.
It's a matter of faith.
I honestly didn't get any vocal cords or anything to do with music. That's probably my sister more.
What was it like for your family? Obviously they made a big sacrifice moving with you. How excited were they?
They were real happy for me, because obviously all their sacrifices were starting to pay off, and I felt good knowing that you know, I could kind of give it back to them, because they're the reason why I even was here in the first place. They dropped everything for me, so I was just so happy for them to see it and be there on that day.
Find a pair of hands, oh, it's been lost, and look out! Mariners away! And this...
I obviously want to lock in that centre spot at the Bronx, but playing here every week is like gives me the best opportunity to kind of showcase that. You know, I obviously get the best out of Bronx training, and then I get to come here and train with my teammates that I'm going to play off for the weekend. And I guess when the time's right, I know the coaches will make the right choices and, you know, give me that opportunity again.
Here comes Sailor with the kick. Oh, yes! Great try to double for Dean Mariner.
What a talent Dean Mariner is, a young gun who has debuted at a young age. Talking about debuting at a young age, we've got someone in the whare here. Welcome to the whare, New Brown.
Thanks for having me on here, guys. Yeah, appreciate it.
Bro, tell us, you know, where it all started for you.
Yeah, so I'm originally from Christchurch, New Zealand. I moved to Sydney when I was 16, 17. I'm one out of 9 siblings, Samoan Kiwi background. I'm the baby of 9 siblings. And yeah, I went to pursue a career and left my whole family and got signed to Cronulla Sharks to play stu ball. And it all started from there, bro, yeah.
Bro, Christchurch, when I think of Christchurch, I don't think that, and this is no disrespect to anyone, you know, Samoans or Pacifica, people down in Christchurch, it's fairly white.
Yeah, yeah.
Why, how Christchurch, how did the family end up in Christchurch?
Bro, so yeah, my parents, they originally, they came from Samoa to Auckland. All my brothers and sisters were born in Auckland, in South Auckland. And then obviously things weren't going well here, and they moved to Christchurch for some reason. And obviously there's a lot of Pākehās over there. Yeah, bro.
What was it like for you growing up in Christchurch?
As in my family? Yeah, very different. I think for myself, just to be an open book, yeah, it wasn't the best childhood. Obviously, I've had some trauma growing up as a kid. Grew up in a 3-bedroom state house kid with 9 of us in there. And yeah, I pretty much got through some trauma there as a young kid, but at the same time, it sort of made me who I am today.
Moving away then at such a young age, 16, obviously going through that trauma, how was that, making the decision to leave your family and move to Australia? Yeah,
it was hard, man, because I think as a Polynesian growing up, you know, we're taught to look after our parents, you know, till the wheels fall off for them. But yeah, for me it was hard. But at the same time, when you come from pretty much nothing, you sort of got to try, you know, make a living, not just for your family but for yourself. And so for me, I made that decision myself. And you know, my parents, they've always loved rugby league, rugby union. We grew up watching the All Blacks, and so for me to have a chance to, you know, play professional rugby was everything for my parents.
Inside it goes, the feet, a short pass, New Brown. New Brown, we
gets the Sharks' first four-pointer for the afternoon.
Manu Brown, who takes them on and scores for the Sharks. An easy one again. Brown, straight back, here comes Manu Brown.
Brown from dummy half, he's got the ball down.
And of dummy half, the Tigers, they're up the fence. Welcome back, Manu Brown. He's gone over again, and he has scored two. Go from dummy half, and they've scored. He gives it to Brown. Brown scores. Brown from dummy half. He just piles through them. Great strength for Manu Brown.
Bro, support system, you left at 16.
Yeah.
And you moved over to Aussie by yourself?
Yeah.
Who was your support system and how was that transition?
Bro, it was tough, bro. Mentally, I've had a lot of mental health problems, bro. Going through the system, and so when I think it was like 18, I was played SG ball, went up to 20s, bro, and then I ended up captaining my under 20s team. And at 18, bro, I was just homesick. Mum was getting a bit sick, and bro, like the hardest thing for me, like being away, was like, man, just making sure that my parents are all right back home. You know, someone to care for them. You know, whether it's get the groceries, do the washing, something like that, bro. For me, it was hard just to be away from that. And so, bro, 18, I wanted to quit, and so I told the club, man, give me a release because I want to go back home and just not pursue footy. I just want to look after my mum and dad. And bro, at that time, bro, I got suicidal at the time, and yeah. Anyways, bro, got suicidal, and as I'm about to sign the papers, bro, my mum was like, man, you know, son, like I'd rather have you home than have a contract, because you know you're important than what money can bring to me. And then lucky enough, bro, my 4 brothers helped me out, and they're like, bro, just stick it out for 1 more week, 2 more weeks. Bro, the next week, story short, bro, I ended up making my debut against the Dragons, and I was like, far out, like everything happens for a reason.
But you've been on a bit of a whirlwind journey anyway, in general, and from what you're just saying, your rugby league's taken you to England as well.
Yeah.
The transition from the NRL space and just your childhood growing up into the UK, how was that for you?
Yeah, bro. So people that know me, I went through, obviously debuting at 19. You know, you live the highs. You know, you get so much money at a young age, but at the same time, you don't really get advised how to deal with that money. And so, bro, like at a young age, I fell into different bad parts of the world, bro, into to alcohol, to partying, to even girls, bro. And so for me, bro, I learned that at a young age, bro, and I took it for granted for some time. And then, bro, for some reason, bro, like God put me through this journey where I broke a bone on my foot called the navicular bone. And so there's 3 bones in your body that have limited blood supply. And that was one of the bones I snapped. Oh. And I did it 3 times, bro. So I had 3 injuries, 3 surgeries. And the third one was like, the surgeon goes, bro, you're going to have to retire. And this was when I was like, 24, 23? And I was like, man, like I know I stuffed up at a young age, but bro, like, please God, bro. I was full praying, bro. But man, my partner, my fiance now, was sitting there, bro, when the surgeon said it. And I just cried, bro. I was like, man, everything that I've worked so hard for, and I've let my family down, I left them at a young age to come here and pursue it, and now it's come to an end. And because I've done it 3 times, bro, it put me up for 2.5 years. And so no NRL club wanted me. And I was like, damn, like I just want to prove to them that I can run. So yeah, bro, I went to a team called Featherston Rovers, so the league below Super League. So I had to go that low, bro. And they picked me up, and they're like, man, we'll take a chance on you. So I was earning nothing, bro, and I was like, man, I need to prove, not prove to them, bro, but prove that I'm right, that I can run. And bro, all of a sudden, bro, I was blessed that I didn't miss any games. I played, I think it was like 32, 34 games straight. Yeah. And I proved the surgeon that I could run again, bro. And so for me, bro, that was a win. Yeah, got scouted. I said to my manager, bro, like, is there any chance I could come back and play rugby league here And if it's New South Wales Cup, bro, I'm grateful. I just wanted to prove myself again. And he's like, oh, bro, like there's a training trial here at the Roosters. So I went to the Roosters for 2 months, and they had too many hookers, bro. But I done their pre-season, and I fell into their feeder team, North Sydney Bears. And I was only playing 10 minutes off the bench. And there's one time their starting hooker, Ben Marshke, that played a couple of games with the Roosters, he got injured, and I played 15 minutes, and I played a decent game against the Tigers, and then Madge called me up, and Madge was like, bro, do you want to play what is it? Do you want to play New South Wales Cup for Tigers and play more minutes? And I was like, bro, happy as, keen as, grateful. And then that week, bro, I left North Sydney Bears, came to West Tigers, just doing part-time. That same week, bro, I had probably the best game I could play, bro, in Cup. And I was playing lock. And then that week, bro, the next week was Magic Round, and Magic goes, oh, bro, you had a really good game. Would love to take you to Magic Round. And I was like, no way, like just to experience this journey again. And bro, all the feels of, you know, playing in NRL again came back, and I was like, I could maybe crack it here. Yeah, Magic Round happened, bro, and three guys get injured, and like in my position. So Brooksy goes down, Jacob Little goes down, and Jake Simpkin gets head knock, and I'm like, holy heck, who's going to be playing next week? And the boys looked at me, they're like, bro, you're going to be playing. And then I was like, imagine that. And bro, then I got the call up to play again, to play an NRL game, bro, to come back. Obviously I went from the Sharks to the Bulldogs, and I done my injury at the Bulldogs, and then here I was playing against my old team, Bulldogs.
That was at Leichhardt, wasn't it?
That was at Leichhardt, bro.
You scored a try?
Bro, I scored 2 tries.
Yeah, bro, killed it.
Bro, I was buzzing, bro. And then, bro, after that game, bro, like, and I just couldn't believe I scored 2 tries on that whole journey, bro. I went up to my fiance now, and I was just like, but babe, we done all this hard work. This is all worth it in the end.
The ice skate. I guess if you take it right back, I started playing union, and it just naturally flowed into playing union when I finished high school in New Zealand, and then I moved to Australia when I was 21 and got picked up pretty fast by the Aussie squad, 7s and 15s, and then I was on that journey for a while, about 10 years, and about 6 years ago I transitioned to league.
Floats one over the top, Stowers is through, forces an offload, it's brilliant! The Warriors take their first lead of the afternoon.
Look, he actually catches the ball above the head.
Around 22 years now, I've had the privilege and been a part of a lot of teams. And what I've noticed is the troubles and the challenges that people have gone through.
It looks like they're out of answers.
I had gone through all of those things myself. I had found myself really low, and as much as you are a part of a team environment and you have people around you all the time, every day, sometimes people aren't able to show up for you, and then you need to start showing up for yourself.
What has gone so terribly wrong for the Brisbane Broncos?
I find that a lot of athletes fall into the pressure, and I feel that although we make a really good effort to look after well-being in this growing, evolving space, when it comes down to performance, it can still be something that falls to the back, almost the first thing that falls to the back, when it really is, I feel, the most important thing. So I've always wanted to help, and that's what I bring to the space with my business. I'm a trauma facilitator, breathwork facilitator, and have a huge passion for well-being.
Well, I'm just going to take you through a couple, and then we'll start.
Moana Wairoa is about looking after the whole human, doing the deep work, building self-confidence, strengthening the way that people lead themselves. It can be a process of really going inward and working on that deeper level and releasing some trauma. We all carry it, as much as we might not like to admit, and so we all need to look at it and find ways of working through it. Otherwise, when it comes to performance time, times of stress, like it pours out, it shows up. At the moment, I'm working more with young elite athletes who are going through the transition from playing school sports to professional sports. And I think the fact that I'm still playing right now means that I still have a really good grasp of what people are going through as the game evolves. And I also just help anybody who's really struggling with confidence, anxiety, providing tools, providing support. I think that people really underestimate what a safe space and someone who's truly committed to helping you and supporting you and believing in you, what that can do for you.
And away from the game, you said you do a bit of videography. I think we're looking for someone here too. Oh, sorry. No, we're not. Bro. Sorry. But you enjoy a little bit of that stuff on the side?
Yeah, bro. Like when I got injured, bro, when I thought everything was done, I was like, man, I need to actually invest into some time into what I want to do away from footy. And a lot of athletes, you know, because we train long days, bro. Footy's our #1 priority, and so it's hard to do something away. But bro, I had so much time while I was in rehab, and I was like, man, footy's not going to be forever, you know. And I realized too, bro, like at a time I thought rugby league was my identity, and so once you know who you are away from the game, bro, it makes that transition a lot easier.
What do you enjoy about it?
Me?
About the videography?
Bro,
is it the storytelling?
Yeah, telling stories, bro. I think with my journey too, like I'm full transparent, bro, because I feel like if I can share my story, bro, my knowledge and what I've learned and the pain that I've gone through, bro, I feel like there's people out there that would benefit from it, bro, and that can not shy away from, you know, where they come from. But also, bro, like for me, like I don't shy away from my childhood, and like I'm also so proud of who I am and where I've come from, and you know the lessons that I've been taught.
If there's a young kid sitting on the couch at home, bro, if there's any advice about, I guess, the journey, injuries, mental resilience, you know, just being tough in general, being vulnerable, what advice would you give someone?
I would say, yeah, you only get one shot at life, bro, and I think you want to be the best person that you can be every day, and how you would want to be treated. Because yeah, life, sometimes you don't get a second chance like me, and I was lucky enough to get that. But I think for me, bro, it's like live every day like it's your last, and also like just appreciating every moment. I think with my mom too, like I realized on my journey that there's so many things that I could have done to probably be there a bit more, and so yeah, live with no regrets, bro, and do everything at 100%.
Thanks so much for coming and joining us in the couch. We're very blessed to have you over and share your story. I know there's a lot of gems from that you know, some young kids can relate to. So we look forward to seeing you back on the field, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Oh, thanks for having me, guys. Probably shouldn't be saying that.
That's looking pretty good to me.
Chantel Stowers, good charge.
That's Steve Gaz.
And a dummy